Guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we are doing another holiday look. Christmas is on Tuesday today, or no, Christmas is on Monday. Today is Tuesday, so we just have a few days left. So for my birthday, my sister-in-law Rachel had given me a gift card. So with that, I purchased the Anastasia Beverly Hills Prism Palette, and in it I saw so many like cool different type shades that I thought would make for a really good holiday look. So instead of doing the greens and golds, I thought that copper would be really cool to do like a halo copper black, smoky, blown out type bombshell look for this holiday look. So, you know, like that, what's that song? They say in that song, it's not warm copper kettles. It's something about copper kettles being someone's favorite thing. So I thought that we kind of create a look based on that. So this is it. If you guys would like to see how to create this look or you like this look, just keep on watching. Okay, so we're gonna get right into the look, but before we start, I just wanted to show you guys the palette. So this is what it looks like. It is a velvet black material, and then when you open it, it has 14 shades. So it has 7 matte shades, and the rest are metallics, glitters, and foils. Comes with a double-sided brush, which I'll see how it is. Maybe it's good, maybe it's not. A mirror, which I love, and I actually really love the outside packaging. The actual prism here, the wording here, I think it's just like so cool looking. So I already have my eyes primed. I used the Benefit Air Patrol primer and set it with just a little bit of Laura Mercier translucent setting powder. My idea for this eye look is like the Christmas song, a few of my favorite things. We're gonna do like a copper kettle type thing. So I'm thinking I'm gonna go in with this shade up here called Sphinx and this one down here, Eternal. Those are the two I definitely wanna use, and the rest of them kind of just gonna wing. So let's just see what happens. I'm actually gonna start out using the brush just to see how it is. I'm gonna use the fluffy blending side of it. And I think as a transition shade, I'm going to first go in with this Lure shade right here. I'm gonna use it as a transition shade. It's not really a transition shade, but we'll see how it is. So this is the shade right here, and let's see what happens. Definitely pigmented. Could have for sure went in with a lighter hand, but that's okay. I'm actually not mad at this brush either. So far, this first shade is blending quite nicely, actually. I just want to make sure that everything in the crease is really blended out. There's no harsh lines, nothing that could possibly make it look messy, because we are going to go in with darker shades. So I want to make sure that everything is nice and blown out. So we're trying something new with the lighting today. So I have my ring light here, and then I have 2 soft boxes here just to see if it's less shadowy and if it picks the colors up more. I feel like it's all a learning process, right? You just have to like test things out, see what works, what doesn't. So it actually blended out really nicely. I do have a little bit of a dry patch on this eye in the outer corner, so it looks a tiny bit patchy over there, but on this eye where I don't have any dry skin, it blended out really nicely, very easily. I think the pigment is really nice on it, so far, so good. I'm gonna just jump right into the next shade and deepen the crease a little bit. So I'm gonna go in with this one right here called Parallel, this brown shade, and I'm gonna actually go in on a little bit more of a precise blending brush. So I'm just gonna go in with this e.l.f. blending brush. It's just a little bit smaller and more precise at the tip, so I think it'll be easier to get deeper into the crease. So let's just get a tiny bit of this. Yeah, that's a lot of product comes up. And I'm just gonna go, because we're going into a darker color now, I'm gonna go in with a lot lighter of a hand, and we'll build as we need. Same exact thing, we're just gonna come a little bit lower to create that gradient. So I'm just gonna kind of stamp it on, and then very gently, like I'm barely touching, just start to blend out. Tilt my head back a little bit so I can get further into that crease, and just follow the natural shape of your eye. I should probably face this way, right? But this actually looks really pretty over that purpley shade that we went in first. I know it's looking like a hot mess right now, but I promise once it's blended out, it'll look really good. Now, once you have the pigment laid across the shape of your eye the way you want it, you can start going with those small circular motions to blend everything out. I'm just gonna flick it out at the outer corner just to kind of make everything a little bit more seamless. So Parallel was a little bit patchy, I would say. It's not so that you can't work with it, it's just a little bit more difficult to work with. However, a little extra love, you can definitely make it work. Like I said, this eye I have a little bit of a dry skin patch happening, so it needs a little extra love regardless. So I'm gonna go in now. Well, I'm gonna cut the crease first, so let's do that. So I'm just gonna take my Shape Tape and a flat concealer brush, and we're gonna do that. So what we're doing with this is we're creating more lid space. So we're making it appear like we have a bigger eyelid than we really do. So what I do is I kind of tilt my head back and look down into the mirror, and I start in the center of my lid, and I just draw a straight line down, and then I kind of just follow that outward and inward. And then you can just fill in the rest of your lid space. So now I'm going to take a nice fluffy blending brush. Well, not too fluffy. You want it to have a little bit of density to it. And I'm gonna go into the palette and we're gonna take this black shade called Obsidian right here. It's a nice matte black. Again, because it's black, anytime you use black or deep colors, you really wanna go with a light hand. So I'm gonna do the outer corners and the inner corners. I'll start with this side. And you're just gonna stamp it on. Don't worry about the edges yet. We're gonna go back in and blend that after, but I just wanna make sure I have the pigment there first. Then we're gonna do the same thing on the inner corner. Just be really careful because this can get really messy really quick. Okay, so once you have your outer and inner corners done, now you can go in and start to build up the pigment so you can get it nice and intense and black. And then afterward, once we do the center shade, then we'll go in and kind of blend out all the edges of this. So again, even though we're building up, you still wanna go in with a light hand and just gradually build. But this black shadow is really nice. It's going on really smooth. It's very pigmented. I don't have a lot of fallout. So really what I'm doing is I'm just stamping the pigment on here just to make sure we have a good dark halo. So right now it's looking all kinds of a hot mess, but once we get everything blended out, you'll really see it start to come together. So what I'm gonna do now is go in with the center of the lid shade. So because we're sticking with the, copper kettle type vibes, I have these two shades right here. So Eternal, which is like a more true copper, and this one up here, Sphinx, which is a little bit more like reddish. I think I'm gonna just mix them because when I swatch them, they look very similar. So I think it'll just give it a little extra something. So I'm gonna take a flat concealer brush, some setting spray, and we're just gonna go for it. So I'm gonna dip into both, get it nice and wet, and we're just gonna stamp that right in the center. Definitely copper. Once you have that packed on there, you can take your brush, whatever's left on it, and kind of start to flick it into the black on both sides, just so that it's more of a gradient. It's not just like black, copper, black, you want it to kind of like all fade into each other. And then what you can do to blend it further is go back with the brush that you use the black shade on. Don't put any other product on it and just do the same thing. Just kind of flick them into each other. And now you're gonna go in and blend out the edges of the black. So again, no extra product on here. Just go back in and run right over the top. And then once you have that blended, you can go back into that original Lure shade and just do a tiny dab of that, and you're gonna run over the whole entire crease again just to kind of connect those colors. All right, so we're gonna go in with some liner. So this is the Benefit They're Real Push-Up Liner. All right, so I went in with some Benefit They're Real Tinted Lash Primer, some Benefit Bad Gal Lash Mascara, and I'm going in with the House of Lashes by Sephora Style Natalia Falsies. So I'm letting the glue dry right now. This is just regular old like duo glue. I'm just gonna sit here and wait for this to dry. I also tight lined with this. This is the Pixi by Petra Endless Silky Eye Pen in Black Noir. You get this at Target. I love their products. Pixi has really good stuff and it's affordable. I wouldn't say it's like drugstore price, but it's like that in between, and I think that their products are really good for the price. I'm just gonna come in from above and look down, and I'm just gonna squeeze them together with my tweezers. I'm just gonna take that same brush that we did the lid with and just flick away the glue. And then once it dries, if you did get any glue that you can see on your eyeliner to hide the lash bend even more, or any glue that might have gone on, you could just take any black eyeliner and just go over it and it'll hide it right away. All right, so let's finish off the eyes. I'm gonna go back into the Prism palette and grab that first shade that we used, the Lure shade, and I'm just gonna run that along. Actually, you know what I'm gonna do first? I'm gonna take this flat liner brush and I'm gonna go back into Obsidian, the black shade, and I'm just gonna run that as close and tight to the lower lashes as I can. I'm just gonna take that a little bit more than halfway, but not all the way to the inner corner, and just deepen that a little bit. And then we're gonna take the more dense side of the Anastasia brush, and we're just going to, with no product on it, just kind of smoke that out. And then I'm gonna take the other side and go back into that first Lure shade, and I'm just gonna run that along the bottom. Just really blow that out. You wanna make sure it's nice and smoked out. And then I'm gonna take that same Pixi eyeliner and just run that in the waterline. Just got that all over my shadow. That's great. All right, so to correct that, what I did is I just took this side of the ABH brush. Again, you can use any smudging brush, and I just kind of blended out the mistake, and it made it a little bit more black underneath, but then I took this side of it again and just went in with some more of the Lure and just kind of went over that to make it more blended and smoked out, and I think it works well, so don't worry about that. And then I'm just gonna run some mascara along the bottom. All right, so all we have to do now is finish off the eyes and hit the lips with a little something. So for the eye, I'm gonna go in with this shade right here, this white called Lucid. I'm gonna highlight the brow bone and inner corner with that. So I'm just gonna take a little MAC pencil brush and we're just gonna hit it just like that. So now for the lips, I have this holiday set from Buxom. So it's a lip cream, a lip polish, and a lip gel, which is just a lipstick. So I'm gonna first go in with the lipstick. This is in the shade Nude Exposure. And then I think I'm gonna go in with this one. This is the full-on lip cream in Blushing Margarita. So that is it. This is my kind of take on a Copper Kettles type holiday look. And I really like how it turned out. I think that this is a really different type holiday look than your typical reds, greens, golds, and things like that. So that is that. If you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up, leave a comment down below, hit the notification bell, and subscribe if you haven't already. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.